Just going straight into it, if you're here and you've gotten your admission and you're yet to start your program, it probably means you're looking at coming into the UK sometime in September. If you've already started, then that's fine as well. You've probably been a few months into your program. The first thing I wanted to touch on is how soon should you start after your program? I cannot emphasize this enough. The best time to start is as soon as possible. As soon as you feel even somewhat settled in the UK, and if that's possible from the first week of your arrival, start looking. The main reason for that is, majority start their program sometime in September, and there are a lot of companies, coincidentally, is the large companies that tend to do this. They start their recruitment cycle around that period. So they start, I think they do it because they tend to target people that are in their final year of their undergrad, for example, and expect that if they can offer those people admission at that point, they'll be ready to start by the time their programs conclude the following summer. So you'll find that a lot of big companies start their recruitment cycles from about September, where you start to take some of their assessments. So starting as soon as possible, especially if you're starting in September, allows you partake in some of those job offerings coming out at that time. It's not to say that there are no job opportunities that come up after that cycle, but the more you can take advantage of, the more you can start getting yourself acquainted with what assessment types or assessment styles are for different companies. If you're able to get an interview, get yourself well acquainted with the feel of some of those interviews. So yeah, how soon should you start? My advice would definitely be to start as soon as you can. You will find that a lot of universities also have resources, most times through their library, that you give information around things like companies that recruit the most in that area, or companies that have taken more of students in that university in the past couple of years. They use it to kind of guide you to know where some opportunities exist. So as soon as you get in, libraries would definitely be one place to get good information on about some of the options you have available, good companies that you can investigate, and yeah, just get it going as soon as you can. The last bullet point there talks about not depending solely on the graduate route visa, which many will know as the post-study work visa. And that's a useful one to have, but our advice is to not depend solely on that visa route. If you're able to get yourself a skilled worker visa, if you're able to get yourself sponsored on a visa for a job before you need to use the graduate route visa, it's best to take that. If for nothing else, for the fact that if you're looking to eventually get permanent residence, you can just start counting towards your permanent residence as soon as possible, rather than waiting for the graduate route visa to expire before you start off your sponsorship. But another reason is also because the policies or their guidelines around some of these visas change frequently. So you don't want to depend on a visa that has changed before, and as you can imagine, is usually subject to change. Yeah, I'll just conclude by saying start as soon as you can once you start your program.